Before we start the show, this is for you.
Thank you for the been a minute, you know I'm on my grind. Pockets stay full of green. Every stay on my mind. Mama, I see you shaking it up in that corner while I'm blowing up on this marijuana. Yeah, it's been a minute, you know I'm on my grind. Pockets stay full of green. Every stay on my mind. I'm from the Rock City, but don't rock with me. But you will rock with me when you see the blocks with me. Blow it up, the microphone. I'm sorry, people, I just tore it up. This Ford is up, the cup is full.
On this day in 1945, Phyllis M. Daly, an American nurse and officer, became the first African-American woman to either serve in the United States Navy or become a commissioned Navy officer. Following the changes in the Navy, they made changes to their recruitment and how they admitted people into the Navy. Previously, they excluded Black women from even joining any nurse position in their agency. First Lady Eleanor Roosevelt and Mabel Keaton Stoppers, who was the executive secretary of the National Association of Colored Graduate Nurses, they were the most critical voices for this dumbass ban on African-American nurses. As you may know, today is International Women's Day. The first International Women's Day was held March 19th, 1911. This event drew more than 1 million people worldwide, marking it a significant movement in the fight for women's rights and equality. Encouraged by this German activist named Carla Zeichen, the International Socialist Congress agreed in 1910 to create an international version of the U.S. holiday. So, as a result, on March 19th, 1911, the first International Women's Day was celebrated in Austria, Denmark, Germany, and Switzerland. Germany also observed this International Women's Day on March 8th, 1914. This was dedicated to women's right to vote. So what I want you to do, I want you to find the most important women in your life, text them, Happy International Women's Day. Thank you for everything that you do. You know, express your gratitude to them, because without women, where would we be? All right, so before we get into the show, hello.
I'm watching the show, and you forgot to tell them the theme for this month.
All right, appreciate that.
Thank you. Have a good rest of the show.
All right, so as you heard, International Women's History Alliance creates a theme for Women's History Month every year. I want y'all guys and women to embrace this. So the theme for this year celebrates women who advocate for equity, diversity, and inclusion. This theme recognizes women who understand the need to eliminate bias and discrimination from individuals' lives and institutions. So make sure you guys rep that theme all month, and don't let it stop at the end of March. Let it keep going to the end of the year. As you can see, we have a post at the bottom of the screen. This is going to be the topic that we are going to tackle today. My boyfriend of 3 years lost his job last month, which has been a significant challenge for him. He approached me 2 weeks ago and asked if I could help him pay his mortgage, but I told him no. Last week, he presented me with a spreadsheet detailing everything he had done for me during our relationship, totaling over $20K in value. He then broke up with me 3 years down the drain, despite feeling guilty because he never asked for anything. I feel like that if he is truly my man, then he should have something to offer as well. I can't believe this man broke up with me because I told him no. He found a way to pay it. I don't think I was wrong because he's supposed to lead, not me. Plus, I don't live with him. If I was living with him, I would have did it then. Do you see my point? Thoughts? You're damn right I got some thoughts. First, let's just say that I appreciate that she acknowledged the fact that this was a huge challenge for him. By acknowledging that, she shows some type of compassion, some type of sympathy. Two, I will say she had all the right to say no. She had all the right to say yes. But I think she should have explained why she said no in the midst of telling him no, and not that lead me bullshit. You know, if I'm gonna tell you no, I can't pay for something, and we're in a relationship, I'm gonna give you a reason. So 3, and this goes for women or men. One thing you do not do in a relationship, talking, dating, married, etc., is tally up who paid for more in the relationship. Like, you gotta be fucking oblivious to think that that's gonna make any situation any better. No one wants to get that type of treatment thrown in their face right after you tell a person no and they come to you with, this is what I did, boom, boom, boom. One is childish as fuck. What do I look like wasting my time making a spreadsheet, going through all of the receipts and the expenses that I spent on your ass, when I could have spent all that time trying to figure out how to pay my mortgage?
Red flag.
If this is your boyfriend of 3 years, what the fuck do you mean he should have something to offer? Is that something money? Or let me guess, that something is more money. So anonymous girl and anyone else who has this train of thought, your boyfriend is not your husband. This motherfucker ain't even equipped to lead you yet. You know, maybe down the road, he might be able to lead, but until he's ready to marry you, all of that leading me, he needs to lead this, lead that, that shit is null and void. Like, I'm just being real with you. Until a person is ready to make that commitment to spiritually be combined as one with you, that person ain't ready to lead, or that person is not ready to be led. It amazes me that so many boyfriend and girlfriend relationships, they want to play married so bad until real life situations and issues arise and they want to switch sides, talking about lead me. He ain't leading you too far because, like, you ain't even staying with him. And that's what you said. I bet money that you stay there enough to give off that impression that you do live there. Neither one of you have a point, honestly. And neither one of you displayed that you're ready to do something serious. He isn't ready to lead. You aren't mature enough to understand what it means for someone to lead. Are you obligated to do this stuff? Or are you just kind of, delusional that you think that you are obligated to get these things? So before we go any further, I have a disclaimer. I do not suggest anyone getting in a relationship and not having the mind frame of a long-term commitment. I've done this before. Like, I can admit that I've played games before and I've wasted someone's time. Most of you've done this before. We have to stop wasting other people's time. Like if you aren't looking for a relationship, let that person know up front. Like if you just want a little sneaky link, like go ahead and say that. We got to get out of that habit of wasting someone's time that's actually looking for something long term. And that's men or women. Like what is needed in a boyfriend and girlfriend relationship? There are many point of views. If you're watching this video, you're going to get mine. One, I feel that he or she needs to be their boyfriend or girlfriend's number one fan. Like what I mean by that, you need to provide encouragement. When we talk about the needs in a relationship, like the foundation, we always know the ones: being truthful, being honest, caring, being respectful. We know all that, but there are other things to build this foundation, and encouragement is a really big one. As his girlfriend or you as his boyfriend, like you play a crucial role in providing the confidence that he or she needs to be the person that they were called to be. That's where you get to marriage, and then you get to X amount of years. It starts by being that person's number one fan. Like your boyfriend or girlfriend, like they don't need you to only grab their attention. Like they need your respect and encouragement. Give them that little extra nudge, and that little "you can do it" speech when they need it. Building each other up is being his or her number one fan. It's one of the best things that you can do when you're trying to build, a solid foundation. If you are serious, if you have that mind frame that, I'm gonna go into this relationship with something serious. Number two, what type of financial support is needed in a boyfriend and girlfriend relationship? This question of whether, the boyfriend should be providing financially for his girlfriend, it's a little difficult to explain in certain situations. Is the man obligated? No. A man should never feel obligated to give his girlfriend money, and his woman should never feel entitled to get that shit. Both parties should be aware of their financial situations, and they should be respectful of each other's abilities to afford shit. If we're boyfriend and girlfriend and I want to buy you an Ivy Park fit, like, don't think I'm doing this shit because I'm obligated to buy you one. And you shouldn't feel entitled to get one. You should be providing love and support. Like, remember that money isn't the only way to show love and support. Emotional encouragement, understanding, and shared experiences, they provide love and support even more than money. 3, you got to have boundaries. While helping your girlfriend out financially can strengthen, you all's relationship and bond, but it's essential to place boundaries. Like, you have to know when to help and when to say no. Like, you can say no. You can say no. No. So that's why I go back to that post that anonymous girl had all the right to say no. So by that dude getting mad and breaking up with her, she had all the right to say no. An open communication about financial expectations, it is crucial. And to be quite frank, it's too early for that shit. If you aren't talking marriage, why are we even discussing financial expectations? If we're living together, financial expectations should only consist of, do you have your half of the rent? Do you have your half of the phone bill, the electric bill, whatever type of bills y'all got? Sorry, but not sorry. And to my last point, what is the role of a man in a relationship? Well, traditionally, a man is expected to provide in a relationship. This doesn't necessarily mean financial support alone. This shit extends to emotional support, protection, and care. The concept of this hero instinct, where it suggests that, men are biologically wired to protect and provide for the people that they love or the woman that they love. And, you know, that's understandable, but you have to know when, you know, to help and when to say no. In any relationship, boyfriend or girlfriend especially, it is okay to say no. I'm not paying for that. Or no, I'm not giving you any money. You aren't obligated, and the person that's asking for it, they aren't entitled to receive it. Just remember that every relationship is unique. What we're talking about could be different from your relationship, but at the same time, just know that neither one of you are obligated or entitled to anything. You know, understanding each other's needs and expectations, it will help build a healthy and supportive relationship, partnership, friendship, you know, all of that good stuff that ends with a ship. So I want y'all to take heed and just remember that until you are ready to talk about marriage, you need to work on the things that are going to provide support. I want to thank y'all again for tuning in to another episode of the Bobby Bands podcast. I want to thank everyone for sharing my videos with friends, loved ones, on your social media. You know, I truly appreciate that. Happy International Women's Day. Happy Women's History Month. A whole month doesn't express how much gratitude you guys should be receiving. I will see you guys back here at 12 o'clock Monday. So just know the best way to lead is to learn how to follow. Peace.
Damn it, Bobby.
When you see the clock